Davis. I'm going to be your student physical therapist. Can you just verify your name and date of birth for me?
Yes, my name is Joanna Zapata, date of birth is January 2001.
Is it okay if I treat you today?
Yeah, of course.
All right, I'm just going to be assessing our range of motions in different parts of our body, and I'm going to be starting with our hand. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So first, we're going to be starting with our CMC joint.
Okay.
All right, so our axis is going to be on our the palmar aspect of the CMC joint. Stationary arm is going to be in the midline of the radius, and then our moving arm is going to be in line with this metacarpal here. All right, so flexion, just bring your thumb in towards your pinky. Okay, give about 10 degrees of flexion. That's active. Now I'm going to do passive. I'm just going to push. Okay, give about 12 degrees there. Now I'm going to do end feel, and that's firm. All right, now we're going to do extension. So it's going to be those same bony landmarks. All right, whenever you're ready, just extend away from your hand. Okay, you're at 15. Now let's do passively. All right, and you're right at 20. So that's normal. So 20 is normal for extension. Now I'm going to do abduction. Perfect. So you're going to have your hand like that, and it's going to be again similarly. So our axis is going to be on this radial styloid here, the lateral side. Stationary arm is going to be in the midline of our forearm, and then the stationary arm is going to be in line with the second metacarpal, and then our moving arm is going to be in line with the first. Whenever you're ready, you're going to open your thumb just like so. So your neutral was 8, and you got to 30. So your active abduction is going to be 22. Now I'm just going to do passive. So you got to 45, and that would be 37 for that range of motion for abduction, and normal is 70. So we're good. And then end feel here is going to be firm. All right. Now moving on here. So we're going to be doing our MCP range of motion. So all you're going to do is we're going to do flexion first. So you're going to go from here and go as far down as you can. It's comfortable. Okay? So our stationary arm is going to be on the midline of this MCP joint. The axis is going to be around the MCP, and then our moving arm is going to be on the proximal phalanx. Okay, whenever you're ready, just go ahead and go however far is comfortable. Good, so you're at 60. Normal is 50, so you're a little hypermobile. And I'm going to do passive now. Alright. So you got to 75, and this is going to be soft to firm. Alright. Now we're going to do extension, so it's going to be the same bony landmarks. Whenever you're ready. Alright, so that's 30 is your active. Now let's go back to neutral. Now we're going to do passive range of motion. Whenever you're ready, go ahead. We got to 40, which is normal. That's our normal range of motion for that. Okay, and now we're going to do our IP joint. So your stationary arm is going to be on that midline of the proximal phalanx, and then the stationary arm is going to be on the midline of the distal phalanx, and the axis is going to be right on that IP joint. Okay. Whenever you're ready, you can go ahead, and we're going to do flexion, so as far as you can get as comfortable. Alright, 75. So normal is 80. Now I'm going to do that, go back to neutral here. Go as far as you can, and I'm going to do that passive range of motion. Perfect, you got the 85. Okay, now we're going to do extension. So same bony landmarks, we're just flipped upside down here. Go ahead. Alright, so you got to 25. So really we should have 20. So you're good. I'm going to do passive. Go ahead. You got to 60. So very hypermobile. Alright, now moving on to our metacarpal here. We're going to start with our MCP here. So our stationary arm is going to be on that, the midline of the MCP here. Axis is going to be on the MCP, and the moving arm is going to be on the midline, the dorsal midline of the proximal phalanx. Okay, so first we're going to be doing flexion. How do you hold your arm just like so? And you're just going to go as far down as you can. So it relaxes. Alright. Alright, so 75. Normal is 90. Now we're going to do passive. Alright, so go as far as you can. Now I'm going to push here. Perfect, we got to 90. End feel, going to be firm. Okay, and I'm going to do the extension. So same bony landmarks. Alright, now we're going to be going whatever's comfortable. So you're at 15, so we should be at 20. That's active range of motion. Now I'm going to do passive, so go ahead and do as much as you can. And then I'm just going to... Alright, and we got to 30. So all good. Now moving up to our PIP joint here. The stationary arm is going to be on the dorsal aspect, on the proximal, the midline of the proximal phalanx. The axis is going to be right there on that PIP joint, and then the moving arm is going to be on the dorsal aspect of the midline of the middle phalanx here. So we're going to be doing flexion first. So again, you're just going to be bending that finger before you can go. So you got 55. Alright. Now let's see what we can get to for passive. So go ahead and go. Alright, we got to 85. Good. So for this one, normal range of motion is 100. Alright, now we're going to be doing extension. Go ahead. Alright, so we got 10. I'm going to do active. Go ahead. Got 15, so we should have 0. But that's okay, you're just a little hypermobile. Now we're going to go to the DIP joint. So the axis is going to be right there on that DIP. Then the stationary arm is going to be on the midline, the dorsal aspect. It's going to be on that midline of the middle phalanx. And then the moving arm is going to be the dorsal aspect, and it's going to be the 70. So normal for this one's going to be 70 to 90. I'm going to do that passive range of motion. Go as far as you can. And passively push here. Does that feel okay? Alright. And we got to 85. And this one's going to be firm. Good job. Now we're going to do the extension of the DIP joint. So same bone in the marks that I said before. Alright, so whenever you're ready. Okay, so you're at 10. So normal is 0, so a little hypermobile. I'm going to do the passive. Go ahead. So we don't have much more movement. Still 10, and this is going to be firm. Alright, thank you. Now we're going to move on to our wrist, okay? Can you come to the other side? The bench. Okay, and just put your hand right here over. Alright, so first we're going to be doing flexion. So our axis is going to be on the tacrotrium, and then our stationary arm is going to be the midline of the ulna, and then this moving arm is going to be in line with the fifth metacarpal here. Alright, so whenever you're ready, just put your hand down, whoever's comfortable. Alright, so you got to 65. Now let's do passive. So I'm just going to push a little here. And we get to 80. Good. So normal range of motion for flexion is 60 to 80. Now we're going to do extension. So now you're just going to be putting your hand up like so. Alright, so you got to 50. Now we're going to do passive range of motion. 63. Good. So normal range of motion for extension is going to be 60 to 70. So perfect. Our end feel for flexion here was firm to bony. Sorry. Yeah, firm to bony and then bony. Alright. Now we're going to do radial and ulnar deviation. So scoot your arm back just a little. Perfect. So our axis here is going to go right here in the capitate. Stationary arms is going to be in the midline of our radius, and then that moving arm is going to be in the third metacarpal. Alright, now whenever you're ready, we're going to deviate towards your thumb, so just move your arm just like so. Alright, so you're at 20, and now passively I'm going to push and see how much further we got. We got to 40. Alright, so normal range of motion for radial deviation is 20. Very good. Now we're going to do ulnar deviation, so same thing but the opposite way. So that's 26. Now I'm going to do passive. 35. Good. So normal range of motion for ulnar deviation is 30. Alright, so our end feel for radial, it's going to be soft, firm, and then firm. Alright. Now let's move on up to our shoulder. Okay. Do you feel comfortable taking your shirt off?
Yeah, of course.
Alright. And then you could just lay here, whichever way you'd like. Alright, so first I'm going to be doing our shoulder flexion. So if you could just take your arm as far as you can go to the side of your ear. Perfect. So our axis, I'm going to line this up, is going to be on the lateral aspect of our glenohumeral joint. Stationary arm is going to be in the mid-axillary line And then the moving arm is going to be in line with the midline of the humerus. So you're at 180. That's our active motion. Then passively, we go to 185, which is good. Our normal range of motion for flexion is 180, and it's going to be a firm and feel. Does that feel okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. All right, now we're going to do extension. So we can bring our arm back to our side. And same thing, you're just going to drop your arm off the edge there. Same landmarks. Get your tubercle, midline, and then our humerus. This one's right at 60, which is normal for our active. Now we do passively. Does that feel okay? 66. Good. And then it's going to be a firm infield. Alright. So now while we're already here, we're going to do our elbow extension. Are you able to scoot over a little bit to the left? Thank you. Okay, so my axis is going to be on the lateral aspect of the epicondyle, and my stationary arm is going to be on the midline of the forearm. It's going to be on the midline of the humerus, and then the moving arm is going to be on the midline of the forearm. Alright, whenever you're ready, just do like a bicep curl. Okay. 126 is our active range of motion. Now passively, get to 142, normal range of motion is 140. Now we're going to do extension, so bring that arm back out to your side. Alright. Same landmarks as before for flexion. Alright, so we're at 4. And then we get to 10 for passive range of motion. And this is going to give bony infield. Normal range of motion for extension should be 0, so you're just a little hypermobile. Alright, and let's go ahead and do our functional movement. So you can just go ahead and slip your shirt back on. Okay, so for our functional, well, I'm sorry, actually,
You would just.
yeah, you can just keep it off. That's okay. You don't, yeah. Okay, so we're going to do our functional internal rotation first. So you're just going to bring your arm up behind your shoulder blade, and you're going to feel a bony landmark, which is going to be C7. Alright, go ahead and bring your arm back here for our internal rotation. Feel that bony landmark. Good. Now we're going to do our external rotation, like you're scratching your back. Good. Feeling for T7. Okay. Now I'm going to measure that, okay? Can you
Okay.
lay back down for me? Are you able to scoot over just a little?
Again.
Okay, all right. Perfect. So our axis is going to be on the olecranian here. We're going to bring our arm out like so. And the moving arm is going to be in line with that.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. With the older side. And then the stationary arm is going to be in line. It's going to be perpendicular to the floor. Okay. So whenever you're ready, we're going to internally rotate. All right, 77. Now I'm going to do passive. You get to 80. Good, and that's normal. Our end feel here, that's going to be firm. All right. Now external rotation. Same exact landmarks. It's going to be parallel, or it can be perpendicular to the floor. Right now it's going to be parallel, and it's going to be in line here with our ulna. All right, go ahead whenever you're ready for external. .65 is active. Now our passive motion, does that feel okay? Is going to be 75. Normal's 80. I'm gonna go ahead and do that other side. Over here. So again, our internal rotation. Axis is going to be on the olecranian. Stationary arm is going to be parallel with the floor. Moving arm is going to be in line with that ulna. And let's do internal. So you're at 80, then passively. Go ahead and go. Right, you're at 85, and feel's going to be firm. Okay? You will scoot over just a little. Okay, alright, so we're going to do external rotation, same landmarks again. Stationary arm is parallel to the floor, moving arm is going to be in line with the ulna, axis is on the olecranian process. Alright, go ahead and externally rotate. Now you're going to do passive. You get to 80. So that's normal. And it's going to be firm. Alright. Let's go ahead and do abduction as well while we're laying here. So you're going to bring your arm to your side for me. My axis is going to be in line with that acromion process. My stationary arm is going to be lateral to the sternum. And my moving arm is going to be in the midline of that humerus. So you're going to do palm up for me. You can go ahead and go as far as you can by your ear. Alright, 155 is your active, and then passively we get to 169. And that's going to be firm. Okay, I'm going to do your other arm too.
Right.
Are you comfortable like this?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so axis is the same spot, acromion process. Lateral to the sternum is a stationary arm, and moving arm is going to be in the midline of that humerus. Whenever you're ready, palm up. .160. Then passively get to 165. Normal is 180, and that is a firm end feel. Okay. Alright, let's sit up. Well, I'm sorry, sit right there. I need to do our measurements on this side of our body for our shoulder flexion and extension. Yep. Alright, so same thing as I said before. Axis is going to be in line with that, with the lateral aspect of the glenohumeral joint. You go ahead and flex up here. That stationary arm is going to be in the mid-axillary line. Moving arm is going to be on the midline of the humerus. 170, active, passively 175. Does that feel okay? Alright, and then it is a firm end feel. Now let's do extension. You can scoot over just a little bit so our arm can come off. Thank you. Same bony land landmarks for reflection. Whenever you're ready, go ahead. Alright, so we're at 55 for our active. Passive is 60, which is normal, and that is a firm and feel. Now I'm going to do our extension, our flexion, extension of our elbow on this side as well. Okay. So our axis is going to be on that lateral aspect of the epicondyle. Stationary arm is going to be in line with that midline of the humerus, and the moving arm is going to be in line with that forearm. For flexion here. Get to 135 on your own, and then passively 140, which is normal. It's going to be a firm and feel. Now let's do extension. So bring your arms straight back out for me. I'm just going to rest it here. Same landmarks. Alright. Go however much is comfortable for you. Okay, so we're a little hypermobile. You're at 5 right now, just for passively. And then if I'm sorry, actively, and if I passively move our arm, we get to 10. Normal should be 0, she's just a little hypermobile, and then that's going to be a firm, soft fur. All right. Now let's go back to our wrist for me, and I need to do our other hand as well. Sorry, it's a little back and forth. You can go ahead and slip your shirt on.
Sorry, I've been stressed. So we'll just leave my shirt on for now. It's okay.
Are you comfortable?
Yeah.
Alright. You can go ahead and sit on the floor again. So I did this hand. I'm going to do this hand real quick.
Okay.
For our wrist, doing that flexion and extension.
Do you want me to do mine?
Yes, please. Our axis is going to be in line with that trapezium. Stationary arm is going to be midline of the ulna, and this is going to be in line with our 5th metacarpal here. So we're going to be flexion as far as you can down when it's comfortable. So we get to 50. Actively, passively, we get to 60. Good, so normal is in that range of 60 to 80. Now extension, same bone landmarks. Alright, so passive is 45. Active is 65. We're good? Again, that range is going to be in the 60 to 70 range. Okay, thank you.
Great, thank you.